whether we procrastinate. So the thing is, what if I need things to change? What am I going to be doing differently for the results to be different? It's as simple as that. If whatever I've been doing till now in my personal life or in my work life or in my office hours is giving me certain results, and I don't see the kind of growth that I would want, I have to do things differently. No one else is going to do that. If I'm lazy on that part, the changes would not come. It is as simple as that.
Yeah.
I feel if I am uncomfortable today, I'll be comfortable in the coming days of my life. If I make myself comfortable today, I am going to be uncomfortable in the days ahead. So we have to walk out of our comfort zones. We have to do those extra hours. We have to wake up early, get out of bed, whatever it takes. No one else is going to do it on our part. And for most of the people over here in this room, quite a few people are very young. They are not married, but soon you'll be married. You'll have responsibility. So you are in different stages of life. Right now, you are accountable for yourself. You have to take care of your expenses. Later on, your parents would get old. You'll probably be taking care of your parents also. You will have your wife, you will have your kids. At that time, of course, you won't be thinking much about getting out of the comfort zone because it will be more of a compulsion. So the sooner once like you make this headway in these younger years of your life, you'll be way ahead of people. Like I started off way too late. My expenses were more than my earnings always. I had a very, very relaxed lifestyle. I'm talking about like till 35. I've blown up money like hell from 20 to 35. I made a lot of money and I used to enjoy life. I started conserving the last, say, 10 years of my life, probably after marriage, 30 onwards. If I would have started at 20 or 21 or 22, it would have been really different. So we can't change the past, but we can change the future, right? And to change the future, we have to act in the present.
Mm. Mm.
There is no other way of doing it. Like I say, no amount of prayers. My parents are my well-wishers. I believe in God, but no one is going to come me and give me a bundle of money, right? I have to earn that money to sustain my expenses. No one. Your parents are your best well-wishers in the world are your parents. Anyone's parents. What can they do? We have to make our own lives. They can support us till a certain point of time. And one day we will be becoming parents. So the cycle changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the thing is, life seems very long. It ain't that long. Time will fly by. You once will feel, oh, I was 20, now I'm 30, or now I'm 40. You don't even realize how time goes by. So the sooner we start running, the better it is. It's just that
Yeah.
what am I going to do differently to see different results?
Mm.
We need to think about that. I have to do things differently. I have to figure out the way of improving upon things in my personal and work life, and everything will connect thereafter. But yes, the comforts will go, and we will have to sacrifice certain things. That is
Amazing.
for sure.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Saurabh. That was really powerful. I couldn't agree more. And I think that your experience is really compelling to listen to be honest with you. So thank you for that, Saurabh. Thank you, of course, Ali, Eon. Malcolm, over to you, dude. What was your main thing that you think that the takeaway and what you think this is where I immediately see I'm going to apply it? Let's say that.
Yeah, mine is just before the well, what, which is the why am I not? So we have you mentioned that we have a lot of content, a lot of articles all available to us where we can upgrade our skills, upgrade our way of living. But now we need to strategize for why am I not getting that information? Why am I not growing? But in the sense of also, it goes along with what was also mentioned was care. So
Yeah.
care goes along with quality. So I think when we improve the why am I not, will definitely improve the care and then quality and obviously the result. So that's my biggest, not aha moment, but the thing I want to work on the
Good.
most. Yeah. That's just my main takeaway.
Amazing, amazing. And to Sorab's point, it all falls down to implementation. Otherwise, the lessons are ephemeral, and we hear ourselves hearing the same stuff years later, and you think, well, why have I not changed? So, why am I not? I think is amazing, amazing. Thank you, Malcolm. Who'd like to go next? So, guys, the reason I ask this is it's for you also, so you can articulate the key things that you have learned from this, because there's power in communicating and articulating it. Look, if by the way, if people need to go, then go. But if you are here, turn your camera on and engage. Otherwise, go. So Uzmat, Shamas, Nasheen, Gulam, Mandla, Samson, Rabil. I would love to hear from you. It's not, obviously, if you just want to quietly listen in, then cool. But if you need to go, it's no problem. I understand that, and obviously there's work to do. But the reason I ask people, if you're wondering why, is because there's power in communicating it. Because there's also some level. Yeah, Eon, no problem. Yeah, of course. Anyone who needs to go, head off. It's okay. Like but there's power in communicating it and that level of accountability. That's why I ask it. It's like, this is what I took away from it, and this is what I intend to change. Even if no one follows up with you, there's power in speaking it out to the world. I'm developing as a person as a consequence of teaching. I haven't watched any TV since Tuesday, since I spoke about the challenge of me watching bullshit that was killing my opportunities for success. And that's going to be a big change, because that's going to give me 8 hours a week. I'm now planning for my 200-mile run at a level that I've never planned before, because I'm realizing there's all this stuff that they recommend and the dangers of it and the problems. And I'm doing something I've never done before. But that's all coming because I'm speaking about it, because then you spot the inconsistencies in your own communication. You say, fuck, I'm talking about this and I'm not living it. You gotta either stop talking about it because you're not living it, or talk about it and then fucking live it. Because otherwise it just so that's why, for everyone, even where you're uncomfortable, I would encourage you. It doesn't matter. It's not about English. It's just about starting. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna say something because it's for you guys. It's not for me. That's why I'm saying, what are your takeaways? Because there's power in communication. Thank you. I'm seeing more hands go up now, because I'd love for you all to communicate. Let's go to Usman Shafiq. Thank you.
Hi, hi, thank you. Thank you so much. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
So I think why is very important if you get some success, if you get success in your life. Because as an employee, I am working as a web developer. So I feel that when the things are not clear in my mind, I just I feel a bit lazy. Okay, I will do it later. I am not sure what to do. I am not sure how to do this, and I am not sure when I am going to do this, right? Because the things are not clear. I have no path, I have no strategy, I have nothing to follow. But when the instructions, when the things are clear, that why and how I can do this, the why and how and the path and the solution is in my mind. I get up early, I do the things, and finally, if we say we will get the success. The success I got in the phase that I finish my work earlier, and then I can take rest. I am in the comfort zone. I don't have something in my mind because the thing is the path should be clear. The strategy, uh, the you can say the your plan should be clear, that why you are doing this, how you can do this, and if everything is clear, you can achieve your task uh,
Amazing.
in less time. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shafiq. That's the first time that I've had you contribute to the group. That was brilliant. And I think that it sounds like you're thinking more about your why, the rewards of it, and continuing down that path. And you've got your colleagues, you've got your teammates if there's any other challenges. But that was great. Amazing. Thank you for that. Let's go to James now. Next. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and then we'll go to Evan.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Go ahead, Usman. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. You wanted to...
Basically, the team I am working with is very good. I was just sharing my experience, my past experience. So when the things are not clear, I feel like this.
Lost.
I am not
Okay.
sure. I feel lost basically. But now the team I got, they were fantastic. They are doing great, and they are giving me the path to follow.
Okay.
So I really
Amazing.
appreciate it. Thank you so
Amazing. No,
much.
thank you. Thank you, Osman Shafiq. Amazing. Thank you for that, dude. Brilliant. So let's go to James. Go ahead, mate.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah, I think just on Usman as well. So I think the teams and wet teams. I was on the wet team, so it's just great. There's a great vibe in the team. Everyone's communicating. So very happy I'm on the team. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, Deep, for actually putting this together because I think what you said was very powerful in terms of like to recalibrate up the mindset. Because I think I was in that this morning. My mind wasn't completely there, but just after hearing you just having that conversation that your experience, I think it did help me to reset my mindset.
Yeah.
And one thing I think I wanted to share is that one thing I've learned as well is being able to recognize those moments because those motivations. Because I agree with what everyone has said so far, and I've been able to know when to do when you're not motivated or the why. But it's also for me again, this is from my personal experience to be able to actually recognize it and then to be able to say to yourself that this is something that works. This is something that maybe this is something that I can use as my day-to-day life because before I think when I first started, a lot of my focus was how can I improve my work, but didn't realize that the skill sets, this are soft skills that we develop over the years, it can work in our day-to-day life, not just being able to be excel in your field, but to be able to excel in like your life, how you manage your relationship, time keep. So that what you used to say sort of reinforced me and reinforced that belief. And so that's something that for me it was something that I just want to share is that just being able to recognize and then to give you that acknowledgement, acknowledge that we'll go fail, but it's not failure is not something to be scared of. It took me a long time to learn this. It's I always dread failures, but I realized that you learn a lot more from your failures than you do your success. And yes, so that's something I just want to share.
Amazing. Thank you, James. No, really happy that you contributed, and I think that, as you said, figuring out your why really helps to understand the what's and the hows. And it sounds like you're becoming more awakened to that. And as you said, as we discussed with like the morning routine, I try and brainwash myself every morning, bro. I fucking brainwash myself. And I'll share it with those who stay at the end. I've got a couple of videos that I watch every fucking morning because people have their rituals. My dad wakes up, for example, and he does his prayers, and that sets him up for his day. I'm someone who, if I prayed, it'd be great, but it's not going to change how I feel about, oh my God, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. So I do brainwashing every fucking morning because it's like doing my mental reps. I do my mental push-ups every morning to keep you keep the blood flowing, you get ready to exercise, you feel good because you've had a pump. People don't do that for their fucking brain. And it's like, do it for your brain, bro. So I do it every morning, every fucking morning. I'll share it with you guys at the end. We'll listen to 2 minutes or something and just get you fucking pumped up. And it's like, whoa, I'm ready to go. Let's fucking do it. So it works for me. And then I thought, why do I only do it when I feel down? Why don't I do it every fucking day? Because it'll be like even more on the days that I do feel motivated. So absolutely, mate. I think that's great. Thank you, James. Evan, go ahead.
Yes, it was to do with people underestimate with the power of inconsistencies in your work and how infectious they can be to other areas of your life.
Yeah.
So I mean that ties into good and bad actions.
Yeah.
For example, if you were to do something good at the end of the week, then it would positively impact everything else in the rest of your life. But if you just had a good week and you do, oh, I've been good this week, I'll just watch a TV show because I've been good this week, or I haven't eaten chocolate this week, so I'll eat chocolate. I expect it to blow up in your face in a way.
Yeah.
And about focus as well isn't just ignoring going out, isn't just ignoring the bad things in life, but also ultimate focus is being able to ignore a good opportunity to carry on with what you're doing.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, inconsistent standards. or inconsistent implementation of something you aspire to is it's a big problem. It's a bigger problem when you don't notice that you're caught in this loop. It's okay if you struggle and then you try again. There's nothing wrong with the struggle, but a lot of people will kind of you say, "Oh, dude, you said you do this every day. You did it once, and then you did it on Thursday, and you just fucking never did it again." It's like, oh yeah. So probably it means the why hasn't been activated enough, and there's more work to be done there, or there's other contingent factors. But I love that. Thank you. Yeah, inconsistent standards is something that a lot of people fall victim to, where they do one thing and they don't. Yeah, cool, great, amazing. Thank you for that. So, who would like to go next? Who else is? What about you, Wakas? What's going through your mind? You've been here the whole meeting, listening, fan blowing on your face. Tell me.
Yeah, actually, was the thing is we all have a strong why. As you know that uh, we are in Pakistan, and all we Pakistani have strong why because
Hmm.
we are facing currently the most inflation in Pakistan. We all
Hmm.
guys, so around 10 million Pakistani, around 1 to 2 million Pakistani leave Pakistan every year for a better future. So we all are working here from Pakistan, and we are struggling here. But actually, uh,
Keep going, keep going, keep going. I can hear you.
yeah, we all have strong why because we are working from the conditions. We are all
Is everything okay? Okay, maybe there's some audio interference on his side, but if someone else wants to go, then in terms of the takeaways or otherwise, I think we've covered. Okay, so go ahead, Aaron, and then we'll come back to you, Gus.
Yeah, so obviously the topic of conversation has definitely been the whys. And earlier you spoke about, was it a vision board,
Yeah,
I believe.
sure.
I think everyone has a vision board in their mind, and maybe they've got it on their wall, maybe they've written it down. But I don't think, and I think this almost applies for everyone, that still does not solidify almost anything when it comes to what they want to achieve in their future.
Hmm.
Because everybody can write on a piece of paper where they want to be in 10 years, who they want to be, what they want to accomplish, but they still will not act on it. And I think there's been a mental blockage of they can't. So this is what I think, anyways, from personal experience when it comes to learning something new or striving towards something new. There's always something in the back of my mind telling me I can't do it. And I
Sure,
think to remove that is more important than anything else, like
sure,
writing it down, creating your mind map, creating all these steps.
sure,
None of that matters if you don't believe you can actually get to where you want to get to.
sure. I agree. I agree. And I think that in your case, be mindful that if you've had years of brainwashing of the traditional or expected outcome for someone in your position, it takes time to undo learning, to undo, oh, you work too hard, to undo the, why don't you just go and get this job, to undo. So that takes time. Like one motivational speech. The reason that motivational training is useful, or we need continual, like, why do I still listen to the fucking motivation every day? Because I need the message reinforced in multiple different ways consistently, even now at 37, 38, because I need to draw energy from that and I need to ensure that you keep some of the demons at bay. A good example of it for me, mate, was yesterday. I was talking to my buddy Adrian and I was like, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm trying to elevate my life and I've got this run coming and up and stuff. And he was like, oh, bro, you should be happy, man. Think about those people out there that are on job seekers allowance or doing this, doing that. You just achieved that. So I think that don't be so hard on yourself about watching TV. And then I said to him, and that's exactly the kind of fucking thing I need to get away from. You can't tell me that. Can't fucking tell me that, man, because what you're saying to me is that it's okay. And that's just that slippery slope. I have that still in my life where people are like, "Oh, be easy on yourself, man." Da, 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 da. All of this kind of stuff. So I do agree it's a challenge, and that which is why some messages need reinforcement. Like you'll never stop needing the mental push up, and because there'll never be a shortage of people around, and there will be, and that's something that all of us, to include myself, I still need to work upon. And Adrian's a great friend of mine, but we do have a different outlook on success because he says that to me, and I think, oh, I can't. We're on a different frequency. So yeah, where you find that happening, then it's just about being mindful of certain being cognizant to what people are saying and how it can impact you. And you probably had years of that because obviously I know our family and go to university, what you're doing, fucking, finish your fucking A levels or whatever the fuck it was. It's like, and I'll be the only one to be like, none of that stuff matters. And people be like, yeah, but you went to university deeps, you went to Warwick, you got the job at Deloitte. I was like, yeah, but none of that fucking didn't mean anything. But no, I can say that until I'm blue in the face, but no one's going to believe me because they rationalize all of this shit. The only thing they're going to believe is your success, and you need to aspire and lean into that. Our family will say that to you, and they'll say to me also, oh, you know what? You could always, worst case, go get a job. You went to Deloitte, you went to a great university, got a great degree, and I'm like, wow. And that's okay because not everyone's ready for the message. Not everyone's ready. They just think it's all kind of hocus pocus kind of shit. Which is a challenge. But that's where, to he's gone now. Wakas's point, he's like, oh, it's something that I think people should be mindful of. He's like, oh, us Pakistanis all have the why. And I said, okay, great. So you're competing with 10 million other Pakistanis out of a why. That doesn't make your why special, bro. Because that's the same in every fucking developing. I have a big why. I want to live a better life than the life that my family have lived. Everyone has so that alone, as an example, cannot be enough. Which then relates to the, what? So it's cool. It is something you can weaponize, but it also means that there's 100, and that's where you think about who your comparison points are. So Wakas has got a great reference, but I think it's the wrong comparison point because that doesn't develop that killer instinct in you. Because, Usman Shafiq might say to me, Deepak, I deserve a pay rise. And I say, yeah, you and every other Pakistani person on this team is asking me the same fucking thing. And I bet you if I had another 100 Pakistanis, they're going to ask me the same fucking thing. So your request isn't special. The whole country's hungry. That can't be enough because think about your competition. And think so. Yeah, I think that I hear you, mate. That it's not enough, but that doesn't mean that the practice just takes time. Which is I need to reinforce it every day. Every day. I still read motivational books as part of it. People are like, why'd you read that hocus pocus motivation? So it's like, it gets me pumped up, man, to then allow me to create the room to do what's necessary, to go through the tutorials, to figure out sales handy. So that's where the reading habit comes into play, or the self brainwashing to be like, okay, cool, I'm ready. Thank you, Aaron. All right, great. So I think Yashasvi, were you going to say something?
Yes, I can add something if we have the time.
Yeah, we'll finish. One more person after Yashasvi, and then everyone head off. If you need to go anyway, head off, of course. Don't wait around. But go ahead, Yashasvi.
No, I just want to add to what just the stuff that people have said previously. But the one thing to mention is that, okay, I think people confuse this a lot. It is great to have long-term goals. I mean, we all know, for example, a lot of us know that, okay, in 10 years from now, I want to be here. Great. But in spite of having a long-term goal, you also need to realize that you need to have short-term goals to get there firstly, right? So, okay, in 3 months, if I do this, I reach this. And then the next 3 months, I do this, and then I reach this. But okay, even in these 3 months, like today, what do I do? Like, what are my everyday set goals? And if you have everyday set goals and you achieve them, then you won't be feeling that, because working from home, especially, if your job is for just like 4 hours, you might sit with your laptop for like 20 hours if you don't have a set goal. But if you do have that for the day, every single morning, if you set that for yourself, you finish it, you feel like, okay, I am a step closer to my final goal, which is like from 10 years from now, I want to be in an X position or X whatever. So I feel it's something that people really need to integrate instead of constantly worrying about. It's okay to worry that I want to be here 10 years from now, but the worry fades away slowly and gives you confidence when you act more upon it by your everyday goals, is what I feel.
Yeah, great. I absolutely. And Guy, if you just commit to the continuous self-education, you'll begin to develop your own strategies, guys. And most people just do on-the-job training, which is important. So you learn about React development or how to edit a WordPress theme or the tactic around a particular thing. But then there's like the meta level training, and that's what's helped me transform. So once I developed my reading habit, I read 3 different books on ultra learning, and that changed the way I learned everything else. So, Ali, you're saying, I don't know what's changed. I read multiple books about the latest theories on how to learn incredibly quickly. And that changed the way I approached every single other thing that I began to learn. So that was the rocket fuel that I added to my education, if that makes sense. I thought, you know what? I need to learn how to learn, and I need to read the latest books on how to learn. And they're like, okay, a lot of the things that people do are outdated. And there's lots of new strategies that people are using to, well, how do people learn nine languages in 3 years fluently? And how are people doing all of these memory feats? And what are the strategies? So that's just one piece of advice for you on that point. And what comes from that is that I developed the learning habit, as in every day learn something, because sometimes it's that one fucking thing. You got to sift through all of the shit. And as you learn more, of course, there's diminishing returns because you read a lot of the books and you understand a lot of the things. And then it takes a bit more time, but it doesn't mean you need to stop. So, for you, Aaron and Evan, just fucking like, it will be difficult for you to do it, but like learn for 2 hours a day. And when I say learn, that's where you have to engage with the fucking content. It's not about just, right, you know what, I'm going to watch all of Alex Hormozy at 2x and I'm going to fucking be like, whoa. And then you walk away and you think, you know what, I didn't actually learn anything because I can't articulate everything or at least even 10% of what I got from it. And that's taken me a long time to learn also, by the way. It's taken me too long. And I'm still going through that process now, which is why, for those of you who are part of it, I created a book notes club. If anyone was ever part of my book notes group, the reason I did that was to accelerate my ability to take in information. So my recall exploded when I started recording 7-minute voice notes about the books that I learned and what I was reading and just different. Again, this comes from ultra learning and how to accelerate my level of education, which is why now some of you might see that I can go in and learn something and learn how to teach it really, really quickly with, even if it's something I've not done before, chat GPT or whatever, like, I'm showing people how to do stuff, but it's based upon these processes that I built with how I learn new things. But that comes from, which is why I bang on about it, just fucking learn every day. Just the learning habit. Every day, like lifestyle. It's as normal as fucking breathing. It becomes so normal you don't even talk about it anymore, unless obviously something changes. But that takes time. Cool. All right, great. I think that then we are good. Where's Rose, by the way, Yashaswi? She's not here this morning. We don't know.
I wasn't able to. I'm trying to reach her. I couldn't reach her
Okay.
all morning. It was
Okay.
Catherine. Catherine said that there might be some issue, but let's see, maybe.
Okay, no problem. All right, great. So I think then that we will wrap here. For those of you who are here, my final tactical comments are, you know what? I did say I'd share this. So I'll show you what I listen to who's recording. Sebastian, give me sharing access. I'll just show you the guys. I'll share with you the thing that I listen to each morning. Just to give you a sense of we can listen to the first couple of minutes together. I listen to this every single fucking morning before I start my day or as I start my day.
Remember the time when you wanted more. Remember the time when there were people in your life that did not believe in you. Remember the time when you honestly gave up on the possibilities of the uniqueness that you had inside. Remember there was a time that you complained so much, but yet did so little. there comes to a point in your life that you must recognize that there's a little bit more that has to be done than just complaining about it. You have to realize that you don't have any other opportunities waiting for you if you're not willing to work for the first opportunity that's been given to you. You don't have a lot of time left, so there's no reason to complain. You're not even in the position to complain. You have to figure out that there has to be another idea about you, and you have to understand that there has to be something even greater and more challenging waiting for you. And if you're not willing to step outside of your comfort zone, if you're not willing to understand the principles and the possibilities that you have within yourself, then everything that you are thriving for, everything that you are hungry for, will soon come to an end. Now, I'm not here to preach to you about this. I'm here to let you know that there are things that are going on around you right now that are far greater than your complaining. You complaining about so much, but yet you show no action. If you could trade places with someone right now, and the person that you are trading places with may have it just a little bit tougher than you have it going on in your life right now. So many people are suffering from so many things in this world at this moment, but yet you're complaining. So many people in this world right now wish they could trade places with you, but yet you're still complaining. You don't have that right to just give up. You don't have that right to just throw in the towel and say that it's over for you.
I'll let you guys figure out your own things, but I listen to that on repeat every time I go running. And I've got about several different versions of that. So that's my what about when. That's how I brainwash myself each morning. So as you invest more time in figuring out these strategies, you'll find out what strategies work for you, and you'll build a really individualized framework that will become your own blueprint for outworking everyone else in the room. So that's the pull that I pull from. That's the source that I pull from when I say, right, I've got to go out and do a 30-mile run today before work. There's been days where I've come to work and I've literally done a 5-hour run before I start my day. So I'll wake up at 5 a.m. when it's still dark outside, and I'll go and I'll run until 10, so 9 a.m. UK starting time, and then I'll start my day. And I'll listen to stuff like that, and that's what helps me. But that's only come as a consequence of trying a lot of different things and then figuring it out. But that's the source that I'll pull from, and that's what helps me be like, okay, cool, I've got to maintain this standard, and you know, just find out what works for you, or obviously take that and brainwash yourself for success. It is like, you know, you need to do it because everything around you will act in opposition to that, and a lot of people will find it a bit funny, which is why it's so important. All right, with that being said, I think Shaswi stay on, and Poe, you can stay on. Everyone else, thank you. Unless there's any final questions or comments, I'll take one more if there's anything. Yeah, go ahead, Ali.
Yeah, so basically the clips, motivation clips, I started those as well, and they are effective. And it takes courage, honestly, to watch these, because you know when I watch these, I'm gonna fucking get up and I'm gonna do something, but you want to sleep. So it took me courage to watch this, and obviously I stopped watching. I'm not sure why, but I started getting up early, so that was the good part of it. I get up 5 in the morning now. I wanted to get up early, but 5 is best for me. Right. Because my so on and so forth. But what I wanted to say is that watching these things, I know nothing is going to change if you watch this. You have to take courage, because after 3 days, believe me, you don't want to watch this, because you know within you don't want to watch this, because if you watch, you're gonna get up and do some shit, and that's, I mean, it's hard to watch these videos, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard to watch these videos and then do nothing because there's so much inconsistency it creates within your mind where you think, how can I watch this? And then just be like, eat popcorn or be like, oh, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm going to continue with my day. So it creates really deep inconsistencies within your mind. So I totally agree. So yeah, build it into your daily diet and it will help drive change for sure. It will. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all. Everyone head off with their days now. I'll see you all tomorrow, and then Yashaswi and then Poe, we can chat. See you guys.